if you had to grow up too fast, if you learned to stay quiet, to avoid conflict, if you fell alone, even when surrounded by people, this video is for you. Not everyone who endured a difficult childhood looks broken. Some look strong, independent, mature, calm. But strength built from survival leaves fingerprints. And if you endured a lot in childhood emotionally, mentally, or physically, there are certain traits you probably carry today. Some are strengths, some are scars, and some are both. Let's talk about them. 1. You became hyper-independent. If you couldn't rely on adults growing up, you learned one thing early: I only have myself. So now, you struggle to ask for help. You handle everything alone. You feel uncomfortable depending on anyone. People call you strong, but sometimes it's not. It's protection. Hyper-independence is often a trauma response. It's what happens when needing someone once led to disappointment. You don't trust easily. You don't open easily. And even when someone offers support, part of you says, I'll just do it myself. 2. You read people extremely well. You can sense shifts in tone. You notice micro expressions. You feel tension before anyone says a word. Why? Because as a child, you had to. You learned to scan rooms, to predict moods, to prepare for emotional storms. What looks like intuition today may have started as survival. This makes you emotionally intelligent, but it can also make you anxious. You're always observing, always calculating, always ready. 3. You struggle with relaxing. Even in calm moments, you feel slightly on edge. You overthink small problems. You prepare for worst-case scenarios. You feel guilty resting when chaos was normal growing up. Peace can feel unfamiliar. Did you feel responsible for other people's emotions as a child? Did you try to keep the peace, protect siblings, or comfort a parent when they were overwhelmed? If so, you probably grew into someone who takes responsibility for everything, feels guilty when others are upset, and struggles to say no even when you're exhausted. You matured early, but sometimes that maturity came at the cost of your own needs. You learned to carry a weight that wasn't yours, and now you still carry it without even questioning why. If trust was broken early, your brain adapted in ways that once kept you safe. You don't fully relax around people. You wait for disappointment, brace for impact, and test loyalty silently. Even in healthy relationships, a part of you stays guarded. Not because you want to push people away, but because vulnerability once felt dangerous and unpredictable. Trust isn't hard for you because you're cold or incapable of love. It's hard because you remember what it felt like to be let down when you needed someone most. You crave deep connection, real conversations, emotional intimacy, the kind of closeness where you feel seen and understood, but when it actually starts happening, you pull back. You overanalyze every word, create distance, or shut down completely. Why? Because closeness once meant instability, conflict, or emotional pain, and your brain still associates vulnerability with risk. So you live in this exhausting tension. I want connection, but I don't feel safe inside it. At the same time, you are incredibly resilient. If you endured a lot as a child, you build strength. Most people will never fully understand. You can handle stress, survive loss, and adapt quickly because you've already faced emotional storms that would break others. That strength is real and powerful, but resilience doesn't mean you weren't hurt. It simply means you learned how to survive. You also tend to minimize your own pain. When you've endured a lot, you'll compare constantly. It wasn't that bad. Others had it worse. I'm fine. You downplay your experiences because admitting they hurt feels weak, dramatic, or unnecessary. But minimizing your pain doesn't heal it. It buries it. Unburied emotions don't disappear. They resurface as anxiety, anger, detachment, or so. People may have always told you, you're so mature for your age, but maturity born from hardship feels heavy. You skipped stages of innocence and processed things you shouldn't dare be had. So even in adult spaces, you sometimes feel like you've already lived a lifetime. If you see yourself in these traits, you're not broken, you adapted. Everything you became was once necessary for survival, but survival mode isn't meant to be permanent. You don't have to carry everything alone anymore, stay guarded forever, or prove your strength by enduring silently. You survived your childhood. Now the goal isn't just survival, it's healing. If this resonated with you, comment "I relate" below, not for attention, but so others know they're not alone. And if you want more deep psychology content like this, subscribe, because some conversations aren't comfortable, but they're necessary.